I look at it as phenomenal because AI is gonna do that below average humans do poorly. You got your perspective. I just wanna be happy. Don't you wanna be happy? By being patient, I mean, as long as you live under their roof, you're playing by their rules. So either stop taking their money and move out and then you live on your own, whether you're 17 or 23, or just be patient and appreciate their opinions, but live your own life and don't require them to do anything. Like your parents, and many people's parents here bring a ton of value, and I feel like a lot of people continue to ask them to do more. Just don't ask. Like, live your life.
Now, you inspire people all over the world every day across multiple channels online. But I've got to ask, I mean, what inspires you, both here and in the past? From those
Optimism. Optimism inspires me. People who have very little, who have severe challenges, and persevere. Maybe this is where I'm so affected by my mother. My mother lost her mother when she was 5. She grew up in the depths of Soviet communist Russia. Her father went to jail for a decade. She's the most optimistic person I know. And when people come up to me and they're like, oh, I have it, so I'm like, I always just think about my mom. You know, she's so positive, so optimistic, and she had such as a child, you know?
Gary, I don't want to end on a downer, but you often talk about how people should...
Real quick,
yeah.
I don't think what I just said about my mom's a downer, and I think it's an interesting insight. I actually think adversity is the great gift in our society, and I think that if you really look at who's upset for real, it's the people that grew up entitled and are then zoo animals when they go into society because they were so overcoddled, not the ones that have chips on their shoulders and had a lot of negativity. Oh man, it's in 5 minutes. God, I'm so nervous. Today's the NBA lottery, and there's an incredible basketball player in college, Zion.
That's Zion, baby, that's Zion.
Who everybody wants, and the Knicks are one of the teams in the running to get the ping pong ball. It's a big day.
GaryVee was talking about The Bachelorette, which also is just debuting this week.
We're in top 4, and we have the best chance. We made it to the commercial. Let's go.
So,
who are the only?
Any balls yet?
Yeah, they're done. It's the Pelicans, the Grizzlies, the Lakers, and the Knicks.
Who has the 5th pick? Those are on the top 5.
That's the top 4. They're coming back on commercial. Lakers got in. What's that? I know we do. Let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. All right, I'll be right back.
The 3rd pick goes to the New York Knicks.
No!
3rd?
3rd.
Knicks? Yeah, that was it.
The Pelicans got it?
Number 1 pick?
Pelicans.
All right. I love it. Tell Zoe If this was 1985, there'd be a 0% chance of one of those teams getting the first pick.
All right.
This is the best part.
GaryVee is very upset that Zion's not coming to New York.
It's my favorite part.
Gary, Vaynerchuk! Woo!
And ready?
Yep. Hi guys.
Here he comes.
Thank you, man.
mate.
What up? Thank you. Thank you. The Knicks didn't get Zion, so I'm dead. So energy is going to be down at least 1 solid notch.
You think we're in an AI arms race, and where do you think that ends?
You know, one thing I really am passionate about that's evolved for me, and I'm thankful for it, is I try not to talk about that I don't know. So the answer is I'm not sure. I haven't done enough homework on AI to answer that thoughtfully, like the other questions. I think it's inevitable. The technology is inevitable, but I think people grossly underestimate human beings. AI is gonna do a lot of dumb shit that we shouldn't be doing anyway. And it's going to be impactful, but not the way, like, I think this could be a precursor to the robots killing us, which I do think is inevitable. I think we'll miss it, thank God. But I think our grandkids might be, you know? But I think what AI is gonna do is, and if you're talking about an arms race between China and the US, if you're talking about humans versus robots, like, technology eliminates commodity. And I think AI is gonna eliminate a lot of things that don't bring value in 2026. And I think those humans will find other things to do. Listen, I got, first of all, thank you so much. A lot of you do follow me. A lot of you know I was a really bad student, and I love always posting my ridiculously bad report card, but there's one really interesting insight that I hope helps everybody here. Besides gym, the one class that I did well in was history. And I've only now started to understand why. I basically use history very heavily to decide what's gonna happen next. Like, everybody who's talking about AI is so bad and so, like, all this, like, these articles were written about machinery around farming. We just knew that we were all farming. We went on to do other. And by the way, like, I don't feel bad for a truck driver who isn't reading headlines for 20 years that autonomous trucks are coming. We gave them 20 years. Like, when they cry in 2039, like, oh, autonomous trucks took me out, I'm like, you had 20 years. You couldn't have learned another skill along the way? I mean this, and I see some of you clapping. Listen, I'm unbelievably, like, I have a lot of different thoughts, but I will say this. We are living in the golden era of entitlement. And, like, the quicker you can get entitlement out of your body, the better. And so, yeah, like, technology happens. I'd much rather be dealing with the pre-dawn days of AI than dealing with the Black Plague. That happened to humans. They lived during a time where everybody almost died. So, like, like, we complain about dumb, like, the Holocaust is recent. Like, I'm not worried about AI. Meaning, yes, a lot of stuff will happen, but I don't view it as this negative arms race. I look at it as phenomenal because AI is gonna do that below average humans do poorly. This is where it's really interesting to hear that sentence carefully. It makes me then think that human could actually then go do something that they do like and do well. That's not like, you suck, human, you should, no, it's not some like rogue. It's actually understanding how humans work, which is when you find something you like and you're good at it, life is a lot better than when you don't, or when you just chase money, or when you dwell that the system's against you. I like the pressure of technology. I think it leads to a lot of happiness for a lot of people who can just look at the other side of the coin. My friends, you find what you're looking for in life. You wanna think everything's negative, you can find that all day, as you know. But if you wanna think there's a ton of opportunity, and this is the greatest era to be alive, you can find that too, because the math supports it. Pick. All right, headed to the airport, back to LAX, then Singapore.
Hey,
you're amazing.
Do you need
your
a quick trip to the gentleman's room or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I got a Virgil's for you in your bag.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Root beer, love it.
He sounds like he's at the security guard, which is right around the corner.
Okay, perfect. Here's your Virgil's.
Love Virgil's.
It's almost as good as like a Stella. Almost.
Almost.
Sort of an agency, and I'm just trying to think of how to actually like prioritize what I'm doing with work. I just graduated last week. How to prioritize like what I'm doing with my job and then what I want to do on my own.
By building a framework of patience. Like, if you think you need it tomorrow, you're gonna burn out and you're gonna put too much pressure on yourself. By realizing that I was working a cash register when I was 27 years old, like, by really understanding that. Like, you can easily do it if you cut out leisure. If you want it so bad, you can do it, but it's gonna take you 26 months to make that jump, not next week. And I think once you have a framework of patience, then you can pull it off. And I think where everybody gets caught is everybody wants it so fast that it f***s them up.
I feel that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Like if you literally said, okay, if at 26, I'm gonna have my own agency, now all of a sudden, if you're tired one night because the job, or if your buddies wanna go and watch the Game 7 of the NBA Finals, now you're not so frantic that you have to have an agency in 6 months.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been telling people I'm gonna buy the Jets when I'm 70 since I was 15. You can imagine why that's made it easy. People are like, you're gonna own the Jets, somebody said today, in 6 months, GaryVee. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Take some of the pressure away. That will really help you, Ryan. Like, it really will. Do you know what I mean?
I do. I really appreciate it.
Because then it's not about being frantic and manic every night. Like, all of a sudden you're not beating yourself up on one night where you're just gonna play Fortnite and drink a beer, because you're thinking in 50-year terms, not in 50-day terms.
Yeah. There's a lot of time, too.
There's a lot of time, bro.
Yeah.
And as long as you realize you wanna build this for yourself, not to prove to everybody, look at, then you can like get slow. When it's for yourself and you're patient, everything goes slow and you got a real shot.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out tonight. Really
You got it,
appreciate
bro.
it.
Take
Can I
care.
take a pic with you real quick?
You can. Take care,
All right,
bro.
thanks again.
Stay well.
Safe flight.
You wanna